It is Dr. J Hecka of DreamHecka.com, and we are talking all things realignment challenge, spirituality, and fitness. All right. And I'm going to do some readings towards the end. But yes, my TikTok fam, y'all are just always awesome. If you have a question, comment about the challenge or any of those topics, then drop it in the chat. But I am in the middle of a general reading. Well, and I had to get off of Instagram. But yes, okay, so the reading. I'm picking up on a group right now who, up to this point, you may not have had clear boundaries or never even thought of setting boundaries for yourself in certain areas. But something has happened recently. I feel with this Mercury retrograde and this full moon in Gemini, I feel that something has happened recently that has like put the switch for you, and you're like, oh shit, I need some boundaries. And so, if that's the case, if that resonates for you, stick with me here. Oh, there you go. Awakening, how fitting, awakening, and the number four. So maybe it falls in your fourth house, or maybe the number 40. Sorry, it's number 40, has something to do with it. But awakening, the realignment is all about awakening, awakening different parts of who you are. And if you look at, she's giving birth. So you got that abundance there. You have the dolphins in the back, two dolphins. So this is giving me that lover's energy as well. Not just because she's pregnant, but lover's energy as well, or partnership of some kind. So it could be partnership as far as like business. Um, yes, but about awakening those parts of you that you've forgotten about. So almost like a return to that childlike energy. Again, she's giving birth. So like a return to that childlike energy. There may have been something that you have neglected along the way, along your path. So there were some things that brought you joy, like really, really like soul, heart fulfilling joy. And somewhere along the way, you abandoned it and you forgot about it. Now is like the time to rebirth it. So what that means, you need to collaborate, Gemini, that communication, creativity, collaboration. There may be some opportunity to collaborate with someone to help you birth, right? To assist you in whatever this idea or creation is that you need to bring forth in your path on your path. Um, highly connected to your purpose. So maybe some of you have like really been questioning like, what am I doing? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Um, find the joy in the moment, and then those ideas are going to start coming to you more easily. Um, taking the time to really sit with you, which is what this realignment challenge is all about, is going to be super important because you have like you already have this special essence about you, but you haven't really taken the time to sit with it to really understand what to do with it. Mm. So this awakening is really like, what do I do with what I have? Um, some of you are still trying to figure out, what do I have? Is it a girl or boy? I don't know. What's the idea? What's the question? Hey, hey, hello, good evening, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for the love on TikTok. All right. You know what? I told Facebook, I'm on Facebook. I told Facebook, I was like, TikTok. I told Instagram too. I was like, TikTok always shows me great love. Great love. Y'all do. I'm not on here enough. I will admit, but I will get back. I'm gonna get it together. I promise. I promise I'm gonna get it together. Um, uh-oh, and my Facebook went out. That's why I said TikTok always shows me love. I think it got overheated. My phone got overheated. But as I figure this out, give me just one moment. Some of you are still trying to figure out what it is that you have. What's the idea? What's the idea? Those of you who know what the idea, you need to sit with it. Like, what do I do with this idea? What am I supposed to be doing? Um, but you haven't really taken the time. And you haven't taken the time. Remember, we talked about boundaries. You haven't taken the time because you haven't set the boundaries. I don't even know if this is still recording, but it probably still is. But I'm sure, like, we don't give it time to cool down. But yeah, so you haven't even decided, like, or set the boundaries with other people on, like, hey, I need to take this time for myself to figure out what to do with myself. What do you do with yourself? Like that's the key. So those boundaries is are need to be set for the awakening. There's an awakening coming. Okay, let me pull one more for this deck. Thank y'all for the love. Thank you so much. I have not taken the time to learn the ins and outs of what I need to learn on TikTok as much. This is trying to reconnect. All right, I'm back. I get it's hot right there. So yeah, I took the case off. I'm back, Facebook. What up? What up? Hope it doesn't overheat again. Okay. But yeah, you missed it, Facebook, TikTok. Thank y'all for the love. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. DB388, thank you so much. Again, go to dreamhacker.com if you would like a personal private reading of your chart or an oracle reading also. But yes, we're talking about the awakening. So boundaries. There's a group of you who need to set boundaries. Um, so that you give yourself the space to understand what to do with these gifts that you have. There are some ideas that are going to be very revolutionary to come through you, but you haven't sat with them to understand what to do with them. Got it? Good. So, this may be a time for you to look for divine partnership. We have the dolphins here, divine partnership, to help you with this birth. Okay. And the water is here. That's that abundance. That's that prosperity. That's also that cleansing energy. Okay, very cleansing. So, giving yourself that moment to rest in your abundance. You have the abundance right here. Think about birth, she's in the water, but where there's also water in her womb. That's the connection. Like it's within you. It's within you. You are creating this thing that's going to come from within you and out, and it's going to spread. The water spreads. It's all connected. Just like we're all connected. All drops of water, all drop pieces of sand in the grand scheme. We're all connected, right? So sitting with yourself, creating those boundaries with other people, and just things in your life. You get caught up in things that don't even matter, and it takes away from the things that you really need to be focusing on. So, those are also places to set boundaries with yourself. Okay, that's self discipline, being able to self manage. Whoa, they are like popping out, aren't they? Aunt Nancy, betrayal, the black spider queen, right? And then number 20. Half of 40 is 20. Betrayal. Okay. So remember I was talking about boundaries? Boundaries. So the betrayal is not just with other people, but also with yourself. Okay. Where have you been betraying yourself? Because honestly, even when it comes to other people and we look at things that they've done against against us or what have you, um, while we're always going to hold people accountable, we also got to hold ourselves accountable for how we participate, right? And how we allow things to persist. So this betrayal, this card is like, hey, half when you got halfway there, like you are you halfway there because you're allowing betrayal to stop you, betraying of others, allowing others to betray you and betraying yourself. And by allowing others to betray you, I mean by not having those boundaries, not setting those boundaries and enforcing those boundaries. So man, let's read some on both to see if anything else comes out. And this is also giving that deep scorpionic energy. It's a spider, but it's giving that scorpionic energy, right? Of going to the depths of who we are, the depth of how we allow these beliefs to cause us to betray ourselves. Mm, I feel like that hit for somebody. I know it hit for me because let me tell you. because I've been doing the realignment challenge, right? And a couple of those days, like I had to sit with myself and be like, sis. Now, really, I was like, bitch. It's like, bitch. I had to sit with myself on my feelings around things, my emotions that I apply to certain things that have happened and are happening in my life, and like understand like where did that come from? Where does that feeling come from? And um, what's the pattern of me continuing to apply this feeling to these types of situations? And also, how does this impact like the fact that these situations keep showing up in certain ways because I keep applying the same emotion and feeling to this thing because of what? Because of what we've been taught. Well, we've been taught of how we should respond and react to certain things. Um, so in a way, it's like I've detached to like pull myself out to really see like the shit that may have worked before, doesn't work now, right? May work before, but doesn't work now. I'm gonna actually gonna read Aunt Nancy first, Betrayal. This is half of 40. We're gonna start from Betrayal first. It's from the Temple of the Shadows. What did I say? That Scorpionic energy, the shadow self, digging deep, that eighth house energy, that Pluto energy, transformation, the shadows, the element of air. Remember, I said we got all this air energy going on in the cosmos, right? All right. Aunt Nancy's tongue twisted. Aunt Nancy's shadow guidance. Who really betrayed you? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. What did I say? What did I say? Did I not say that? I don't have this book memorized. But didn't I say that? I'm going to read that again. Who really betrayed you? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. And that's actually what uh came up for me during the challenge on just different things like work, you know, personal relationships. Um, and it's not like, someone betraying you and what they do to you exactly what you do to yourself. It's not the same thing. It's the concept of you betraying yourself. It could be in the most subtlest way. Um, I don't take care of my health, betraying yourself. So it could come out in other relationships of others betraying you in whatever kind of way. It doesn't have to be, the same thing that's happening within you that happens outside of you. Okay. Just want to make sure I said that. The mirror is not the exact thing. It's just the idea, the concept of it. Um, so it says betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust, but without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real question: how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? And the goddess declaration here is I am willing to know the truth. Are you willing to know the truth of who you are? So, the 21-day realignment challenge is really about us, like I said, digging up, pulling back the layers of who we are to really see us for who we are. Like you might do mirror work and you might look at yourself and things might come up and you might start, you know, having some revelations. But until you ask these questions in the realignment challenge, because like I said, some of them had me stumped and I've done shadow work. I do shadow work. And some of these questions I had me in tears. I'm a G, but I cry, so they had me in tears, thinking about um how I betrayed myself in the most subtlest of ways, but have made the biggest impacts. Where you think you've been over or you've gotten over something, and then you something happens, or this question brings up something that has happened that you really didn't associate with it, but it brings up something and you're like, damn, I'm still doing that thing in a whole different kind of way, but I'm still doing that thing. I'm still doing that thing to myself. Why? It's not working. How have you betrayed yourself? All right, let's read Awakening. Welcome in, share with a friend. Also, make sure you go and follow the page and head over to dreamhacker.com if you like a private reading. And you can still join the 21-day alignment realignment challenge. It's still up. All right. You can still join. This is the end of the first week. What am I looking for? Oh, okay, 40. All right. Awakening. This is the temple of the high priestesses, the water. Full moon, Cancer energy. So, Yamaya's guidance. Wake up, awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Didn't I just say I was crying tears? Let them out. Yamaya swallows your tears. You are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. This is Goddess rising. You are waking up. And once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. The path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. And the declaration is I am receiving and radiating love. This is all the shit I was just talking about at the beginning of the live. This is what the realignment challenge is all about. It's not comfortable, it ain't always cute. Um, it's not always perfect in the journey. Um, but it's meant to happen. It's not easy, but it is meant to happen. And it is actually simple when you actually are being real with yourself, being true to yourself, digging up all that soul, those things that are no longer producing the fruit that you want to produce. Like, all right, so from here on out, what am I going to do differently? What am I going to do differently? It's just everything we talked about. Crazy, right? All right, let's pull from our Mystic Rebel to get some more information around this group. And I think this is not think, I know this is I was about to say Pacific, specifically for my 21-day realignment crew. So if you're here, this reading is most definitely for you. This is like all the feedback you've been giving me, all the questions and things you've been asking, like this reading is for us. This is for the 21-day realignment challenge because I mean, I don't know any other way to put that. How are you betraying yourself? Crazy. I'm trying to think, do I want to do this deck? Nope. We're gonna do Alice in Wonderland. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole. I haven't brought these cards out in a minute. These cards, I haven't brought them out. I haven't brought them out on live in a minute. I'll say that. They haven't had their time in a while. Hey y'all. What's up, Facebook? Share with a friend. Put some questions in if you have some. This is a live Q&A, but I'm also doing a general reading. This is a live Q&A for the realignment challenge, spirituality, and fitness. So if you have a question about any of that, this is where magic meets fitness, right? So we're looking at transforming from the inside out. Um, yes, if you have any questions, if you're in the realignment challenge, definitely put your questions in there, share, bring a friend. If you're not part of the realignment challenge, you can go to the website right now, dreamhacker.com. Under shop, you will see the 21-day realignment challenge, and you can join us at any time. This is the first week, though. Um, the end of the first week. So we're going into the second week. And I'll tell you right now, it has been life changing. Super duper life changing. Uh, super duper life changing. Join us. Join us, dreamhacker.com. Because these questions ain't no joke. They're no joke. Okay. What we're doing right now is no joke. 32, belong to your own dream. I told y'all this was for us. Belong to your own dream. Dream Hacker. This is all about like this is your dream. What is she barking? Hush. She's gonna bark again. Watch. Told you. Um, this is your dream, right? Whether we're conscious about it or not, like we're either living our dream consciously, and we understand that we're living our dream while others are living their dreams, but we understand the power that we have within our own dreams. Um, but on the flip side, some of us are living somebody else's dreams, many other people's dreams, because we haven't realized that is ours. Okay. Some of us forget along the way, or we get sidetracked, or something else happens, and we're just not mindful of the control. And by control, I mean the power in to shift, right? We can't really control because everybody's doing their thing. They live in their dream. They're in their own dreamland. But when you forget along the way that it is all of your choosing, then that's when the realignment happens. And so that's what the realignment challenge was about. It was really just about me like stopping for a minute and understanding and that there are still some gaps that I need to work on. There's some gaps that I need to close um for myself that have influenced where I am now. And you know, that's what was calling me. Where I am now and where I'm trying to be, right? Or what I see of where I know I need to be. And so it's like it's time to realign. It's time to regroup. It's time to like get back in the shit. It's time to get back to who you are. It's time to get back to what you're supposed to be fully doing, not half-ass doing, not 20 out of 40. If 40 is the full, why are we doing 20? Not 20 out of 40. So it's like really getting back to the fullness of who I am. And I was like, why not bring everybody on the journey with me who need to be, so that's where the 21-day realignment came in, because I also don't believe in taking forever to do what needs to be done. It does not take full 30 days. It doesn't take months and months and months, and years and years and years for some things. Okay, so this challenge was really about those who are already, especially my spiritual women in the community, the healers and the counsels, the guidance, the mediums and the oracles, and all of you, really who just kind of needed a recharge to really get back to you and to really refocus on the purpose, refocus on the path. And I wanted to bring you all along with me. So I appreciate everyone who has joined. Y'all have made it beautiful so far already, because the first week, like I said, there were just so many revelations, so many uh awakenings of things of like, man, like I said, I had to answer some of those questions. Some of those questions had me stumped. And I was just like, I know I, I didn't let my own questions stump me like this. And I was just like, yo, this is some shit that I just keep doing. And it keeps happening in different areas, even if it's subtle. And it's something that every time it happens, it feels like it sets me back. It's like, no, I need to change that. I need to change that. I need to do something differently. I need to approach that differently. You know what? I am. And I did. Um, Cried a couple times, but I did. It happened, right? That release had to happen. But this is all about I don't know what's going on Facebook. Welcome in. Hi, Angela. Hi, Wilfred. What's up? Wilfred is a vegan chef, Raw Venture, Chef Raw Venture. Um, I haven't tried anything, but everything always looks delicious. So we're talking all things what? Realignment, spirituality, fitness is that can help you on your journey. Okay. To getting back to you. But yeah, so back to it. So yeah, it was some tears and got stumped and had to talk with a few friends, my close sisters, sisters, my friends on some things. I had to really like sit with this stuff. I'm like, nah, you still do that. But you know what? Especially as I've gotten wiser, it's really been like when I see myself. And that the Aries in me is just like be just as fiery and gun ho for the change and the transition as I was when I was all in the fire trying to blaze off on everybody. So when I see myself and I'm like, yep, I do that. I do that shit. Yep, I still do that shit. I still do it. And I'm doing it in this way. And so it's more about like me holding myself accountable. So many times like my conversations with some of my girlfriends was like, this is what it is for me. I know I've done it. I'm not trying to do it differently. So it was more so like me talking through, like changing it in the moment and me talking through, like, yeah, I saw this in myself. I realized it to myself. I don't want to do that no more. I want to do things differently. Oh, I think my Facebook went out. Yeah, it's like this time I want to do things differently. And so it was more like me, like talking through the process with them, which was so cool. But I'm actually like super duper proud of like my growth in this week. Like for real. I've grown a lot in this week. I'm giving myself my props. All right, 32. Create your own life. Belong to your own dream. Finding you, here we go. Finding you have been following a plan and a path that is not truly your own. What did I just talk about? Living out somebody else's dream, right? Deciding to take steps to live in a way that is authentic and truly your own. Rebelling, wishing to live in your own world, no longer making decisions, staying with people or in jobs that are not part of your dream. Not being directed or governed by the desires and dreams of others. Deciding to make some big changes toward following the path that is your soul's true dream for its evolution this lifetime. Okay. Um, Only you can give birth to what you need to. Nobody else can do it. Only you can give birth. Once you've carried the baby, you're gonna have to have the baby. So we're carrying these dreams, these ideas, these powerful things that need to happen, and we're like waiting for somebody else to do it for us. We can't do that. This right now is the time of your awakening. Um, of really saying, you know what, I'm gonna be accountable, I'm gonna be responsible, and I'm gonna birth this baby. Like you have to do it. Um, I would say almost every like spiritual experience I have been a part of with others and help guide them through has been them giving birth to something. That seems to be like a very common thread of like us giving birth to something. And it's like only you can do it for you, nobody else. Um, and that's going to mean that you're going to have to set some boundaries. Everybody's not in the delivery room. Everybody's not there. Everybody's not there. But you're still going to do it and you still can do it. So that betrayal, if somebody or something has to go, they got to go. Okay? If something has to go, if you got to start, you know, creating a new web, a new network. Okay? And some of you I feel like you know it's time for you to switch a job. And you're just like taking your time. And it's like I feel it. Okay, we got this Mercury Gemini energy going on right now. Hey sis, what's up? What's up? My sis is on Facebook. I hope my Facebook does not cut off because this phone is dying. I'm about to if it dies, I'll get back on. But yes. Where was I? Where was I? Yeah, I feel like somebody they know you're supposed to switch jobs, and you keep complaining to your people about you don't like your job and you need to switch your job, but you are not doing anything actively to do anything like that. And that's the thing when it comes to like manifestation. You got to have something to work for for source to work with. You got to have something for your ancestors to work with and help you. Like you can't just be like, "Oh, I want this, but I'm not doing anything over here to help that." You have to help it along. You got to help it along. So, if you're looking to switch jobs, like actively start doing some things that you know you need to be doing, actively start doing those things so that you once you begin the manifestation work, those opportunities and those doors will begin to open up because you have prepared. You don't have to be fully prepared as in you got it perfect, but having something to work with. You got to have the clay there to be molded. Okay. So I feel like that was specifically for somebody who's been complaining about a job, or one of your family members or friends who've been complaining about their job and they don't like it, but they're not actively doing anything to change that situation. They're just waiting for the opportunity and the change to be like poof. Because even in situations where it seems like it's poof, people talk about, overnight success. So it seems like it's poof. Trust and believe a foundation was still laid somewhere at some point for that person for that overnight or that poof to happen. Most people like, oh, it just happened all of a sudden. No, something, the energy there, there was some type of energy there that helped that along. Um, so you gotta bring your clay. You gotta bring your part to the game. Look, Dolphins is partnership. It's the Dolphins are there. It's partnership. It's partnership. So that comes with belonging to your dream. You are the co-creator. You are the creator of this life, belonging to your dream. So lean into your partnership. What partnership are you offering to the divine? Whom and whatever you believe in. What part of the partnership are you bringing? Are you investing? Because regardless of what you believe in, the universal law is give and exchange, right? It's give and take on some level. It's giving and receiving the offerings to receive. So, what are you bringing? What are you actually investing? Or are you just sitting and waiting for it to happen? I think my Facebook is going to cut off, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off on y'all. But again, there's still time to join the 21-day realignment challenge at dreamhacker.com. I love you guys. If you have any questions, email me, comment below under here. Thank you to everyone who's joined the realignment challenge so far. Continue to give me your reviews, your revelations, ask questions. Make sure you're consistently checking out our private page on the website at dreamhacker.com. I'm still like sharing like extra resources and all types of goodies. And they just cut off. Let me see if I can charge it real quick to get them back. But yes, 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 yes. And it's hot too. So I hope it charges. It's charging. My charger has some type of short in it. But yes, TikTok. Hello. Um but yes, there's still time to join the challenge, dreamhacker.com, the 21-day realignment challenge. It is a workbook, a self-guided workbook with a journal prompt each day. And these are not your surface level one-liner journal prompts either. Like we're really digging into the depths of who we are and addressing some tough questions and some tough things about ourselves, but very necessary, very needed. Um but yeah, there's a prompt every day and also a daily movement. And these movements are gentle. I know you see me doing the hit and all the lifting and all that stuff, but these are gentle movements just to get the energy moving in your body. So nothing strenuous. They're very beginner friendly. You can do them in the morning, take 5 minutes in the morning before work or at night to kind of wind down. Some things you can do to move the energy through your body. But then also we have astrology, the astrology aspect of it. So for me, this challenge was really important. It was really important for me to um, give this intro to the basics of astrology. So it's Astrology 101, where I am helping you to understand astrology on a basic level to where you can begin to read your own chart And though understanding those layers of who you are can help you answer these questions, the journal prompts, even in more depth, because now you have a different a different perspective of who you are and why you do the things you do. So the realignment challenge is still available. Dreamhacker.com. Again, I'm loving the challenge. I appreciate everybody who's joined. And this is just the beginning. And I love you guys. Oh, I said I was gonna pull one more card. One more card for this reading. Um, Also follow. If you aren't following me, follow me. Um, but yeah, I also do private readings. So if you don't want to join the realignment challenge or you want a full private reading or a natal chart reading, head over to dreamhacker.com. What overall guidance do you have for us for this reading? Too many. Those earlier ones are popping out, weren't they? Let's take that one. Number 19. Where am I? Deeper look. What? Deeper look. Deeper look. What did I just say? The realignment challenge. Deeper look. You are opening to a unique perspective. You are now able to see below the surface to gain a much deeper understanding of what is taking place. This not only applies to your life, but to your understanding of other people as well. You will be able to see the smallest detail and see the energetic pattern of what is occurring. You'll see the consequences, both positive and negative, of your decisions and where they will lead you. This gives you the ability to offer sound counsel to others and to lead your own life in the right direction. Wow. 19 breaking down to a 10. 10 meaning getting you to that promise of your dream of, where things are where they need to be, but taking that deeper look. And that's what the 21-day realignment challenge is all about. Really taking that deeper look. I mean, everything was just connected, just taking that deeper look and digging up all the parts of you and pulling back those layers to see, like, it may have worked before, but it doesn't work now. How can I approach my life differently to get where I need to be? I love it. So, I'll see you back here later in TikTok. I'm gonna get back on live more often. I promise I am. Had to get some things together, but we'll be back on live. And again, in the meantime, go to dreamhacker.com. Be sure to like and follow me on all social medias. It's Dream Hecka. I love you guys and peace out.